Hello, my name is Attorney Nicole Christie, and I'm from the Christie Law Firm, and I'm here to talk to you again about dealing with DCF. DCF, the Department of Children and Families here in the state of Connecticut, can be very difficult to deal with, and so my job is to help you out. Make sure that you have some information about what to expect when dealing with DCF, and so that you're armed with enough information that you can protect yourself as well as your children. I do have notes, so I am going to be looking down. And so throughout this next series, we're going to talk about the DCF process in and of itself. We'll talk about how it starts. We're going to talk about who is interviewed, definitions of abuse and neglect, and then finally the substantiation in and of itself. In another series, we'll be talking about the substantiation process and what to do and how to handle that. So in today's video, I'm just going to talk about the DCF investigation and how it starts. Typically, the investigation starts with a phone call made by a mandated reporter, a neighbor, a friend, or a relative, or filing of what we call a 136. It's a report that outlines what the concerns of abuse and neglect are. What you need to understand is that the allegation doesn't have to be necessarily true at the time that it's made. DCF is merely hearing the report, and it is their job to determine if it's true. Sometimes people are reluctant to make a phone call about what they suspect to be child abuse because they're not sure. They want to give the family the benefit of the doubt. The problem in doing so is that if you are right, then you're leaving that child in a situation that can be very neglectful and harmful to that child. So the key to all of this is that DCF will take the investigation and they then make a determination as to what to do with it. And so once they do make that determination and they get that report, one of the things that they have to determine is how soon they want to go out. So if it's an immediate response, meaning the child's been abandoned or there's severe physical injury, they will go out immediately. If it's something like medical neglect, they take a little longer to go out, maybe 1 to 2 days. What's important to understand is that DCF, when they come out, they're not just investigating the actual call. They're coming to investigate the child themselves and to make sure that that child is safe overall. So for example, if DCF were to receive a phone call regarding some type of educational neglect, the child's been missing from school, haven't been able to participate in e-learning despite their efforts, DCF will come out, they will do an investigation about the school, but they will also ask, has the child been able to go to their medical appointments? Are there any concerns of abuse or neglect other than the education? They'll ask you about domestic violence, substance abuse. So they come out and they're doing all kinds of questions. They're asking about all kinds of areas of your life. So you need to understand that even though they're coming out to talk about the educational neglect, they have to make sure that this child is safe overall. So the best avenue that I recommend is just be prepared for the fact that they're going to come out and ask about other areas of your life. So the key takeaways from this particular video for today is that any DCF investigation normally starts with a report that's a phone call or a report that's filed in writing, what's called a 136. It could be made by a mandated reporter or anybody else who just has a concern about abuse and neglect. DCF's job is to determine if it's true. It doesn't mean that it has to be true when the call is made, but they are there to determine whether or not the allegation is true. And lastly, while they're there to just focus on the allegation, understand that they also have to focus on the overall well-being of the child. In our next video, we'll talk about the DCF investigation process so you'll know exactly what to expect. And if you haven't already, please subscribe to our channel. We give out information about DCF and just general information about family and issues that involve the family, as well as just tips about how to deal with your family and having fun, or just being able to appreciate how much we are blessed when we can say we are a part of a family. So take care until our next video.